Welcome to Linda's Creative Coiling. The video I'm doing today is demonstrating the popcorn stitch. This is a very pretty stitch, and I did it in white, so it actually looks like popcorn for this basket. Also, I thought it blended with my other colors. I'm using waxed linen 4-ply, and I have overwaxed my thread. I also am using a number 1 darning needle, which is very sharp, and I have my copper gauge on here. It looks like I already need to add some pine needles. What I do is twist my gauge to see if I need to add some. So I'm going to add one right off the bat here. I split the coil with my middle finger and insert the pine needle as far down into the coil as I possibly can. And then I twist it again. When you do the popcorn stitch, it looks best if the stitches are fairly widely spaced. And even, they have to be even. So I did a wrapped row. My stitches down below, my straight swirling basic stitches, were not especially even and weren't wide enough. So I did a wrapped row so that I could start my popcorn stitch and get it all spaced so it looks good. When you stitch into the wrapping, you just go under a couple threads and do your stitch that way and try and get a real even spacing. Mine is about 5/8 of an inch. Now that I'm on my second row, what I can do is where these X's have formed, I'm going to go under those 2 threads. So I turn it over and I go under those 2 threads from back to front, under those 2 threads. This creates an angle across there, create your angle. Now I'm gonna do, I like the look with 3 stitches in my popcorn. So I'm gonna do that same thing 2 more times. I'm gonna go in exactly the same spot under the 2 threads, and I want my stitch to stay right next to that thread and not really overlap. I pull it tight, and you can kind of angle it a little bit to the right. I'm gonna do 2 more stitches under the thread. Line that one up right next to the first one. Do another one. And line that one up right next to the other 2. All right, I'm ready to move on to my next stitch. So I turn it over. I go under the X, come out in the front. Create my angle. Do my 2 more stitches right next to each other. One, 2, and you can always adjust those threads a little bit. My coil's getting a little loose, so I'm going to add another pine needle. Insert it way up into the middle. And I always try to check so the head of the pine needle doesn't show, because there's nothing worse than coming all the way around and seeing that you have a head showing. I'm going to go. When you get to the end of your row is where it gets tricky sometimes. So you make sure that you get all the stitches that you need. Okay. Now, I have to decide if I want to go on across there and stitch into that one, or if I want to go ahead and start my back stitch. I think I'm going to go ahead and start my back stitch, and then when I get back around, I can catch the end there. So to do the back stitch row, what I'm going to do is go back to the previous stitch and put my darning needle in exactly the same spot where my popcorn threads were. And pull it out, and there I've created my next X, and I've created my nice popcorn in the window there. Go in that exact same spot. Now you want to pay attention to where your X's are on the coil, so that when you are going under them, you can have your walls angling the direction you want them to be. If you want your basket to go straight up and down, you want those exactly on top. If you want your walls to be angling out a little bit, then you want your X's to be out just a little bit. I'll do one more. I turn it over, I go in exactly the same spot where those 3 stitches are, and I come out like that. And you can see there I'm creating my popcorn stitch. It's a very pretty stitch. I like it a lot. I hope you enjoyed this video and will come back and see me again soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Hi, I'm Linda. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you liked it. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, you can click the subscribe button and ring the bell, and that way you'll be notified next time I post a new video. Hope to see you soon. Thanks a lot.